everybody. Shalawam family. KARDAYAH'S Soul here. How y'all doing? Y'all, I'm so happy. I got so much stuff to talk to y'all about today. I know that it's not many people here right now, if it is anybody, but y'all can always rewind. Mister, you blocking my lights. Thank you. So anyhow, y'all know that I've been on this abundance and this manifestation journey, and I have been. I'm sorry if my video is kind of laggy, y'all. Y'all know the struggle with the internet sometimes. Let me see if I can move my computer a little bit. Maybe it'll get a little bit better. But yeah. So why am I smiling so hard? What's up with all the excitement? First of all, y'all, your girl has been trying to get to the place where I can go live on YouTube for probably about a year now. At first, I was just working to build my channel and everything, and I was building, and everything was moving at a decent pace. So anyway, push came to shove, and just the day before yesterday, I think is when it was. I went to go and check my artist dashboard, and they gave me the opportunity to use my community link, which is where I can post updates and things on my YouTube. So kind of like how I post updates on Facebook, I can do that also on YouTube now. And then the other thing, to my surprise, like I said, was the fact that I can go live now. So outside of that, the next thing that has been coming to me abundantly, y'all, it's been coming in abundance, being that I asked for abundance, but the abundance has been coming in a way that I didn't expect. So whenever you ask for an abundance of money from the Most High, most of us, we are asking for him to either pay a bill or put the money in our hands or bless somebody that we know with the money. And this time, the Most High gave me the abundance, but he gave it to me in a different way. So I received the money, but y'all, I got to tell y'all about it. So anyway, what what the name of this the Day of Atonement Mayhem. Y'all, for those of y'all who are a part of Yasharal, you know that some of us are celebrating atonement this week, and some are celebrating atonement last week, and some may be celebrating next week, depending on how you view the calendar. So we just with that being said, y'all this like a feeling of being down that was going on. And I was talking to my husband about it because I was like, it's so weird that we've been feeling this way in our hearts. And the Day of Atonement was right around the corner. And also my dad's birthday this year was a part of the Day of Atonement also. So that caused even more of a heartache and a strain and a issue within all of us. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, today I'm going to talk to y'all about the situation that went on from, it started a little bit before the Day of Atonement. So let's say the week of the Day of Atonement is when it started. And my husband is going to come and he's going to join me also. And we're going to explain to you what happened. We're going to give y'all the whole testimony, this and that. But first, I'm going to give y'all the spiritual part. I'm going to give y'all the lesson that the Most High taught me. I'm going to give y'all the prayers and everything that I went through and explain to y'all. And this is also an introduction to my Hebrew marriage extraordinary sex program. And we don't want to get in the habit of calling ourselves a byword like we already do. Calling Black, calling ourselves African American, calling ourselves Negroes, you know what I'm saying? Calling ourselves everything but what we are. In ancient Hebrew, we are the Abayam people. So I believe I'm going to change it. So, yes, this will be an introduction to the marriage reprogram. I know what Yah taught me. He told me to do. And I know that that's what I use in my marriage. And I'm not perfect, but I am much better than I used to be. Okay. So now let's get started. Um, I already told y'all why I'm saying this. So what led me to all of this spiritual stuff was I prayed a prayer. I started doing the Day of Atonement and actually celebrating this day in 2017. I started actually taking it seriously, you know what I'm saying, putting the Most High first and setting apart this time to actually make my heart and my soul feel suppressed and search myself and search my soul and seek the Father for what sins it is that I'm committing. So usually I'll go through list watching porn when I continuously also being slowful and doing things my own way and thinking that I'm doing them the right way. Those were a lot of the sins that I would automatically repent for, and past sins that I know I've been forgiven for, I still repented for them anyway. But this particular Day of Atonement, I said, Father, I really need you to explain to me what it is that I'm doing wrong. Like, show me the stuff that I don't readily see, or show me the stuff that you telling me that I'm doing, but instead I'm turning a blind eye to it, or either I'm turning off my ears, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do sometimes. So the key points that I want to go ahead and give to y'all right now out of this before I read you the answers to the Most High's question is that number one, before before my husband and I started going through this situation that you're going to hear this testimony about today, the angels warned me. They warned me like 3 times that I was about to get ready to go through a situation that was going to test me mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. All of those. And I got that warning like 3 times before everything kicked off. And then another thing, um, they've been warning me that even though these changes might be hard and the things that are about to go on might really test me, that I need to know that no matter what, my good was coming. My abundance had been manifested and it was going to be coming to me during these things and after these things. And then the next thing was I did receive the abundance in the ways of money, but the money just has been coming to me differently from what I thought it was going to come to me. And one more thing, I'll remember it in a minute. So anyway, let me give you what the Most High told me the answer to my prayer was. So, yes, please. Thank you. So, I said, Father, show me what it is that I'm doing wrong for this Day of Atonement, because the Day of Atonement is when we're supposed to come and meet with the Father. It starts in the evening of the 10th day and goes over to the evening of the 11th day. So you're supposed to come and you're supposed to atone for your sins. You're supposed to lay it all out in front of the Most High. You're supposed to get Him to give you clear understanding on what it is that you're doing and what you're not doing that needs to be taken care of. And I had to do that for those of you who don't know. Okay. So I asked Him, and this is what He told me all in the end. I heard my spirit say to me, I am a little lazy. Number one. That's true, y'all. Your girl will sleep 16 hours out the day if you let me. If you leave me alone long enough, I will get in the bed and I will sleep 16 hours out the day. And sometimes it just be unnecessary. It's just because I can. And the Father has been telling me over and over, well, let me not say that. The Most High has been allowing me to be told by the Ruach, by my own Rawak, and by the Malakyam, which is the angels, that I'm being slowful and that there's something that I need to do. And time is passing by and nobody else can do it but me. But I would rather sleep or just lay around. And some of it also, to be fair to myself, is and to be completely honest, was because I don't know if y'all been, well, I know a lot of y'all have, but for the newer ones who have not been following my pregnancy journey, you know that the last time I talked to y'all, I was on pregnancy number 3. So I had a baby after that, which I have not updated y'all on. That video is coming. And then after that, I was pregnant again just recently. And I haven't shared that story also, but you're getting a sneak peek of the information now. Um, so anyway, some of that stuff made me also want to just sit down and yay.
Shalom, family.
This is my master, y'all. This is Timothy, y'all. Brother Aki.
Brother Aki.
But yeah, so whenever I would lose, if the pregnancy didn't go the way I thought that it would, then I would get into this really bad depressed stage, and I would sleep or just lay around and have this passive aggressive attitude towards everything and everybody, including the Most High, which is sad, but it's what it is. The next thing that he told me was that that my spirit said is that I tend to walk and do things in my own timing. All of us do that, y'all. That is not right. Please try to get that in control, get that together. If you also, this just came to my spirit. If you didn't get a chance to celebrate atonement these 2 days that just passed by, try to do it like next week or something like that. Just try to fit it in there just to show the Most High that you respect him. And yes, Father, I was late, but I am trying to get it together.
Right.
So the next thing that the spirit said to me was, I'm building up walls to maintain happiness. And I do that, y'all. I am a very happy individual. Most of the time you see me with the gap and everything exposed out here in these streets.
Yeah.
But
Usually.
I put up walls to even towards the father, and towards my husband, towards my family members, and even towards myself. Sometimes different thought patterns that I might try to go down, paths that I might try to go down, just trying to convince myself to do stuff right, whatever. Sometimes I put up walls with my own self to maintain whatever idea of happiness I might have going on at the moment. And most of the time it's not real happiness, it just be temporary. And the reason why I say that, you're going to find out about my breakdown in a few minutes. Your girl had a real live exclusive breakdown out here, and it was bad.
Yeah, it was.
So the next thing that the Ruach said to me is, I sometimes still tend to ignore my Ruach or my Rawak to listen to my heart, which in Hebrew is the equivalency of your mind. And it's so crazy that Watchman and Deborah was just talking about today that I was talking about how no man can tame the heart or can know the heart, your mind. The Most High has to look at it. He's the only one who knows your heart. And then the next thing that the Ruach told me was that I tend to shut out Yah to keep from offending him and from being responsible for a while. Putting my heart and my feelings first, putting Yah's will and his instruction to the side. And I can't say that I do that. Like whenever my baby girl, excuse me, whenever our baby girl passed away, I just, y'all, I was trying to eat everything that I could eat to tear myself up. I was trying to drink wine to make myself drunk. Could not get drunk.
Yeah.
It was just,
And I was just trying to stay busy as I could, as I can, and could. So, yeah,
it was bad.
yeah, escapism.
And the next thing that I heard was that I sometimes tend to argue with the Ruach. So on the, what was that, yesterday, and the day before yesterday, the Ruach was telling me to do stuff, call this person and talk to them, text this person and talk to them. And I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not what I want to do. Like, I was getting a full-on attitude, y'all. Like, a real life attitude.
And understandably, I understand, we as people, we can be proud. We full of pride sometimes. We feel like, we don't want to bother people. We don't want to burden people with anything. You know what I mean? That's why, me personally, I try to figure out everything I can. And if I can't, I'll reach for help. But you know, sometimes you just don't want to be a bother. So, me myself, I've always been a loner. My wife knows this. I battle with this a lot because of childhood experiences, and I just always been a loner. So, I always mostly walk to the beat of my own drum, and it serves me well as equally not sometimes. Like it goes against me, and I just, I don't know. I'm trying, it's a process, but I can definitely relate. So, not to cut you off.
Oh no, you
Yeah.
good. So the next thing that I heard, and it's only two more. This one and another one. I listen to Hasatan more than I do Yah dealing with certain things,
Okay.
especially whenever it comes to watching porn. I was talking to a lady the other day about this, how I could hear Hasatan say, let's say it's a topic, something that I just want to see in my mind. I want to see it played out in front of me. And I'm going to search that. I might not even act right then. I might hear him speak to me for 15 minutes at a time. And eventually, instead of me walking away from that situation and just letting the Most High deal with me in that area, I will listen to the bad spirit, which is my lower self. Not every time, but and another thing that I was just discussing with my husband is whenever y'all hear me talk about this porn thing, I need y'all to know that your girl has gotten much better. I am 35 years old. This started whenever I was like 9. You know what I'm saying? So it went from watching porn 50 times in a year or
Terrible.
150 times
Terrible.
in a year
Terrible.
to maybe 50 times in a year, but it took like 8 years to get there until now it's down to 1, 2, or 3 times in a year. So
Yeah. Same thing with me. We mostly all go through these struggles with the flesh, which is why it's so preached on nowadays as far as repentance. Because man, the enemy has infiltrated us on another level, y'all. Since we was kids, a lot of these habits we have stem from our childhood, whether we was taken advantage of or just exposed to something before our mind can even perceive what out here in the world. And me personally, I was molested at 4 years old by my babysitter, and you know, thank God it was a woman. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but thank God it was a woman and not a man because I can have even worse spirits on me than just the typical. I say typical because a lot of us are dealing with this. The typical lust spirit. You know what I mean? We can fast and pray that away, but and not saying that the homosexual spirit can't be prayed away. It's just I believe in my Bible and I believe in my Yah, which is our Father in heaven, and He says that all homosexuals shall be put to death, like shall be, and I don't want to die, not in that manner. As a child, I had to conquer the thought of death. Death is something I had to conquer. As a child, you don't want to die. You don't know how to wrap your mind around the thought of dying. We think of dying and we equate that to tragedy. So that's how I used to feel about death. Now I just look at it as part of life. It's part of life, know. But as far as those lust spirits, man, we all had our addiction to porn or lust, and if not porn, then in different avenues, but the same town.
right,
You know,
perversion.
perversion all the way around. You either sleeping with multiple people, you can't commit to anybody. It's that new car smell that we love in relationships. We can't even. A lot of us don't even want to stay in a relationship longer than the happy phase, and the happy phase is the new phase, you know what I mean? And as soon as the new phase is over with, we find some reason to not want to be a part of this anymore. So we go to the next one, and that becomes a habit, and you become a whore spiritually and physically through those practices. So, you know,
We working on
we
it.
working, you know, and y'all should be working on the same because it's
Yes.
all just a test, you know what I mean? And we have to overcome our flesh. If not, then you will be condemned out here in these streets,
And you might
in
die.
this world. Yeah, and we don't want to. I don't want to die.
And,
Not before my time anyway. So,
right.
uh, I still feel like I still know that I have a lot to fulfill and a lot to do, and businesses and empires to to grow. So I'm trying to leave a legacy of a legacy for my legacy because of the legacy. You understand what I'm saying?
All day long.
That's basically it for in my mind, and not even my mind. I'm gonna make it reality. But you know, you manifest your thoughts. You manifest. I try to keep it on in front of my tongue. I'm not always the most positive, but you know, Yah, our Father in heaven, He got us
All day.
hands down. And some days gonna be grim, and you don't look the brightest, and you feel like He done abandoned you all the way, and He'll come around soon as you think it's all about to fall through and fall down, and He'd be like, ye a little faith, why you doubting?
Right.
And we'd be like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, right.
because His time ain't our time, and we just lack the understanding. And you know, we pray for forgiveness every day, and you know, on the Shabbat, we just felt like we needed to go live. Well, my wife wanted to go live. She kind of talked me into it. I kind of am not into the whole social media thing, but you know, it's my queen. I love my queen, and through y'all, we will reign supreme. And I don't know where that come from, but it's just truth of heart.
It
But
is what it is. And the last thing that the Spirit let me know that I needed to repent of for the Day of Atonement. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get you in here. Oh, by the
I'm
way,
in.
y'all,
I'm in.
here. By the way, y'all, I for those of y'all who might not be able to stay on Facebook forever, we are also live on YouTube right now. So, KARDAYAH'S Soul Services, my channel, you should see us up there like this right here. So the last thing is that, like I said before, I was just eating and drinking whatever, not like drinking whatever, because I wasn't like buying bottles of liquor after I had my baby and trying to get plastered. It wasn't nothing like that. I got a lot of sense, and my
Definitely not.
husband won't let me do that. He
I
ain't
can't
that
even say
kind
I
of
won't
man.
let her. I just, you know, set an example of what I do, you know, and I'm not a drinker. Like, I can't even handle it if I tried. I just am not. And thank God that rubbed off on her. Or should I say thank Yah that rubbed off on her.
All day.
Because, you know, you know, I don't know. It's just never been my
So all in all,
thing.
so all in all, completing this list, what I want y'all to get out of this is number one, the Most High will answer your prayer. Once again, y'all know I preach this all the time.
Yeah.
Number two, sometimes you gotta wait for the answer to come after everything has transpired. That's the word I'm trying to use. After everything has played out, then I sat down this Shabbat and I heard the BrothaAhkiBeats tell me what I was doing wrong. And the third thing about this list is if these things are going on inside of me, then it is playing out in my marriage. That's what the Ruach told me today.
Manifestation.
And I can tell you that these things, some of these things that I do aren't only done to the Most High, they're me doing them to myself and my husband in our marriage. Because I need y'all to understand that whenever when you're doing something wicked, wicked means dysfunctional. Don't think somebody is condemning you to hell because they calling you wicked. No, they're telling you doing something that's dysfunctional. Okay, so when you doing you have wickedness in your relationship, you need to sit down and see if you're the one that's being dysfunctional. And I'm dysfunctional in ways, but most of it is dealing with inside of me.
And even if you're not being dysfunctional, you're aiding to the dysfunction thereof, which
That's what I was
is, you
trying to
know,
say.
which is usually, you know, because hey, we all couples, married couples, relationship couples, you know, arguments happen, and you know, we're not always right in those situations, but you're definitely not right to keep going back and forth and egging it on to the point where it can just be squashed. And Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gets ridiculous, you know what I mean? Because we get stuck in these momentary battles that we really should be. Not even us. I'm talking about we as a people. Like we get stuck in these momentary battles that we shouldn't even be engaging in. Like we should be so advanced past the point of just acknowledging what that is, and we don't want that because that just add to. It's no fruit that's gonna bear from that. You know what I mean?
Hold on a second, everybody. Give me a minute. Let me get something together.
But while she's doing what she's doing, I'm Brother Aki. Uh, some of y'all know me as Tim, but Brother Aki is my Hebrew name. Actually, it's Elijah, but Brother Aki is my stage name, my entertainment Hebrew name. I do music, beats, the whole nine. You can I have the link so you can exclusively get your soundtrack of good vibes, and that's just what it is.
Okay, y'all.
So what's going
I'm
on?
sorry. The live on Facebook ended, so
They cut us off.
I don't know what happened. It might have been a connection issue. So
Most
whoever
likely.
wants to watch, they're gonna have to come to YouTube.
Most likely, our weather isn't the best right now up here in Tennessee. So.
And should I turn that light on? You think?
Go
ahead
they
and
can
finish
see
saying
me.
what you
I know
were
they can
saying.
see you.
Go ahead and finish saying what you
No,
were
I plug myself in. I'm just talking about my music or whatever. Coming to y'all soon, so stay tuned for that. Put the links in my wife bio. Anything
No.
you want to touch on specifically?
We want to tell them about this testimony.
Right.
So you want to start, or you want me to start?
Where to start?
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we'll start.
Where to start?
Let me give y'all the prologue to the story. Okay. So
Oh, we're talking about
how we got to the point.
Oh man.
Okay, and you will know what the point is whenever we get to the point. Lean up a little bit, Daddy. No, up, forward.
Lean up.
Yeah, I want you to block the light behind your head.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, you want me to use my big head?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
So okay, so this is what happened. First, let me give y'all a preload, then, and I'm gonna lead into okay. So a little while ago, when I was pregnant, the Most High told me to leave my job. He said for me to leave on May the 16th. He gave me a dream to let me know, shake it, what I should do and when. So whenever I got ready to leave, I was like, Father, I need to work another weekend. Please, will you let me work another weekend? And I prayed on that. A few days later, my mama called me and she said, my mama calls me Coretta, y'all. She said, Coretta, I don't know what it is that you got going on, but the father the father spoke to me and said, tell Coretta I said, stop. So I knew what it was about. So I stopped. Push came to shove. It was an issue with the baby. I still ended up not being obedient. I had to get rushed to the hospital. Boom, bam. All of that stuff happened. We'll talk about that later. That leads up to me going back to work and the Most High telling me to leave again. Now, this time, he told me to leave because of a few reasons. I'm going to give you the main one, and the other ones I'll keep secret and I'll tell you later on. Okay, so number one, he told me to leave because I am going to be a preschool teacher. So I have to finish training. Plus, I have y'all's work that I have to do. I also need to work on my music. I needed that grace period to do that. So my husband got this new grand, wonderful job.
Right, delivery job, nice job. At least so I thought. Uh, Contractor ended up being a crook, a liar, and a crook. He tried to bait me into doing all of this.
Tell him what you did. Tell him the story of the job.
Oh, okay. Well, the description of the job. Well, first of all, this fool he seeked me out. You know, he found me on Indeed. My resume is on Indeed, so of course, you know, he reached out to me via email, like, "Hey, great candidate for the position I have. When can we arrange a meet?" So I arranged it. He did my background, MVR so clean that he put me on this insurance. I ended up being like $110
A year?
for a whole year, which is great. So, so he was ecstatic. I was happy. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I'll be making at least what, 1,300 a week, which he later put that down to only 1,000 a week. Uh, which was, it was a lot of red flags, man. But me knowing that I got to get out here and get it for me and mine, that's what I'm gonna do. He had me doing these 2 a days, home deliveries. I'm talking about
Mississippi.
Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
all these places. We doing 2 tour days now. I should have known it was something because the first, like my wife even heard it. I had him on speakerphone on our first phone interview, and he was like, "Man, look, I take care of my guys. You won't have to worry about anything. You work for me, and you do a great job. You will be rewarded." So I'm like, "Good. I'm a great employee. Plus, I'm great at customer service. I'm going to these rich people houses. I'm talking about mansions, y'all, mini mansions. I'm talking about in the best and worst parts of town, and."
With no training,
So,
y'all.
so, so, yeah. I mean, he didn't train me how to do anything, even though I did something previously to this in the past. So he just kind of crap his way through it. But you know,
I'm sorry. I'm
uh,
sorry. Keep talking.
oh, okay. So yeah, red flag. Remember, I had him on the phone interview when I first
Yes.
talked to him. He said, "What? I take care of my guys good. I'll put you up in the nicest hotels. One thing you'll never have to worry about is staying at a Motel 6 or a Red Roof."
Right.
My first, my first night out of town on the road. Guess where I'm at? Motel 6. I
Right.
called my wife like, "Babe, this is not what he said." I even addressed it with him. He was like, "We'll talk about it. I'm just sorry, circumstances. Hey, okay. No, hey, I'm not stressing. It happens. Maybe it was kind of like a last minute book, but
And we weren't in the position to stress and question. If y'all can't hear us, please let us know because I just noticed that I don't have my phone sitting on the stand. So I don't know if the sounds muffled and
nah,
we've
you just
been
loud.
talking for a long time. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about my ear
I'm
right there.
sorry. I'm sorry.
My ear right
I'm
there.
sorry. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can. I don't know how clear the sound is or whatever.
Goodness.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So
But yeah, he ended up being a con man. He didn't want to pay me my money when it was time for me to get paid. Um, he made all these grand promises, and when I called him, I had to sit him down. After my first week, I sat him down.
that would I.
I said, "Hey, look, check this out. I think I need to make more because of the responsibilities on the road that I have to, and not even being trained and thrown in here. Like you want me to connect gas lines, not comfortable because I never did it. Electrical lines, not comfortable because I never did it. Delivery is one thing, but installation, all of this stuff that I'm not trained or qualified for, man, you trying to get me to blow these people's house or even worse, kill myself.
Right.
So I told him, look, man, I need at least 1,500 a week. He was like, "We'll talk about it. That's negotiable. I like your work ethic. You're a good guy. You know what I mean. You're prompt. You, I love it. We'll talk about it." Okay. Next week came. Uh, I was told that he was testing a new driver. So payday came. It was all of this crap about, oh, they haven't paid me, so I can't pay you, and
Yes,
I can only pay you out of my savings. Not the audacity for this fool to say he'll pay me out of his savings means he had my money, but he don't want to pay me
right.
because he didn't get paid from. Oh, hold on, no, no, like I told him on that phone. Look, I work for you, not for them. I work for you.
For real.
I want to get paid. I got bills, and he bull crap me. He's like, I can give you half, and I give you the other half another time. I got this guy job that stays by me. Fairly decent guy, and he did not want to pay this man his money for 3 weeks. I hate I got this man his job because he quit his job. He's facing eviction because of it. He just started a job, so hopefully he can do what we're doing. And by the grace of God, we've been making it day by day. But I ain't stressing it because I know the Father got me. He know I'm a hustle for whatever I need to hustle for. But it's just that it bothers me, man, and it pisses me off to the point that I gotta say pisses me off because I was excited about this job. I let him know my circumstance and my situation and how I'm trying to grind and get it. And he set me back. I was already, I want to say in my mind, felt like I was like a week behind. He put me 3 weeks behind with the nonsense he did. So
And then he
basically,
put him off of work for a week, y'all. After the first week that he worked, the man put him off of work a week after that.
long story short, I reported him. His business is now getting audited. He will pay me whether he likes it or not. You know what I mean? It's not really serving me right now because I wish that I can get what I am deserved. Um, he's just a liar, and not only that, he's Esau. And everybody who know about Esau, we know how Esau get down. So I ain't even really surprised. I just know every time I try to put a little trust in Esau, he always show me he can't be trusted. And it ain't just with me, because the guy I got the job, he's Esau. You know what I mean? He's just a crooked, and all Esau ain't crooked. I don't think so. You know what I mean? But
That one was.
I ain't met all Esau, so I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's some good hearted people out here. But it's, oh man, it just got us in a it got us in a financial bind right now. Well, like I say, we depend on our Father in heaven
So that brings
daily,
me to the next part.
daily,
So once
and
the
He don't
man,
fail us. He uses people to help us, and that's Him putting it on their heart to help us. Um, at this point, I believe we exhausted all resources. So,
I don't know.
I mean, I can't say that because we never know the Father's will,
Right.
or His plan. But seemingly, as far as our personal
Circle.
resources,
Yeah.
we are exhausted at that point. But it's coming in. You know what I mean? I just got this great brand new job. I get paid in a couple of weeks. Just asking the Father to hold back the floodgates, and we gonna make it. You know what I mean?
Hallelujah.
Regardless, you know what I mean? We in a state that we ain't from, and don't know anybody here for real. My wife is my best friend, and she's gonna be my best friend. That's the only one I hang out with, and that's how it's gonna be.
All day.
You know, it's sad to say I don't really put too much trust in too many people. You know what I mean? And I'm a trustworthy person. I just think I got burned so many times, and
Yeah.
guess what? I'm still gonna put trust in the next person. It's just how I was raised, how I'm programmed. Not foolishly, but now around, well, this time around, you live and you learn. It was one of those lessons that I knew that I've already learned, but I just didn't think it'll be so blatantly in your face, disrespectful. I told this guy assuming everything. He's talking about good luck with that, but now I got him sweating because he know he's about to get audited, and he's not upright. So, um, you know, but it all started, man, for real, in my mind. I came up here on a contract. I actually have a lawsuit against a company that I won't name because it's still being worked out. And when that gets settled, we definitely gonna be in the shade. But um, uh,
You came up here on a contract.
on the contract, man, hurt my back. My back still is killing me. You see, I'm sitting right now. I'm like, my wife tell me I need to sit down, stay still, but I can't. I can't say I can't. I'm busy minded, and I just be, but that just really put us behind, and thank God for my queen. She, you know, she came through in the clutch, and she always gonna come through. You know what I mean? A real helpmeet. So, um,
All praises.
um, I'm old fashioned. I don't know if she told y'all this, but I'm old fashioned. I don't really like her to work. If she wants to, I'm not the type to make her do what she don't want to do. Um, I don't care if she works, if she wants to work, but I'm not like, you gonna get a job in this house. No, no, no. I ain't your daddy. You know what I mean? I'm your husband. You know what I mean? It's called equal happiness. So, just like I wouldn't expect for her to make me do something I wouldn't want to do, I'm not gonna do that to her. You know what I mean? It's just a partnership.
And another thing that get us to that point is we were the kids who people didn't listen to whenever they was
Right.
children.
I was the middle child. So.
Like my family members was real. Don't get me wrong, my family wasn't terrible, but we're '80s babies, and whenever we were growing up, it was stay in a child's place, mind your business, keep my this in my house.
That old
and
Christian
that,
rule
you
of
know
law.
what I'm
You
saying?
know how it go.
It was something where people really listened to us, and we were the
Yeah.
smartest kids.
Yeah. Hey,
You know
child's
what I'm
play.
saying?
Speak when you're spoken to. Manners. You know, we come from the South Georgia to be exact. So
All day long.
uh, it's real. Bible Belt is real, and I was raised with by a grandma who didn't play it. You know,
Right.
We had to say a Bible verse before we can even eat our dinner.
Right. We do.
And
too.
we was kids. I didn't even know the Bible yet. But
Right.
she didn't care. She did not care. Say something that you know about the Bible. You know what?
Jesus well.
My go-to, Jesus well. And she was like, no.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall
No.
not want.
Okay, thou shalt not steal. She's like, okay, I can accept that. I can accept that. Okay, good job. It's time to eat.
All day.
But that's the type of upbringing I got. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus. I'm talking about Jesus.
Okay,
Jesus,
y'all.
God,
So my husband
Holy
went
Spirit.
to a Baptist church.
But it was more of a holiness, but it was still Baptist, you know.
I went to a Baptist church whenever. Okay, I was born into a holiness church and bounced back and forth between holiness and Baptist. But I am a member of holiness, so it equal itself out so much, y'all. We be having some good laughs because we was the ones that was at the altar going Jesus, 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 Jesus all day long. But
not me more
see,
so.
they didn't do
not
that.
me more so. Man, I can't. To be honest, I was given Jesus, God, the fear of God, but that was mostly it as a child. Like, you know, I don't know. I was made to attend, so I was in attendance. But as far as spiritual matters, man, it was.
Come as it will.
I was
as it
oblivious.
may.
I didn't know what was going on. You know, I was a
Yeah.
child, and after my grandma passed, we certainly didn't grow up in the church after that. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know. We just kind of strayed off. As I'm talking about my mom's whole family, like. But my mom, she's always been religious,
Right.
and I'm gonna say religious because that's what she's always been.
Right.
You know, she's Christian, and you know, she go to sleep with the Bible playing on
She
audio.
wake up in the morning playing
her audio Bible playing.
Yeah, her
you know.
gospel music.
Yeah, so she, you know, I get a lot of my spiritual side from my grandmother and my mother. Period. And through that, you know, they planted seeds for the Father, because the Father has raised me. Like, to be honest,
Right.
like Yah and Yahweh Shai have raised me. Like, I used to be on punishment a lot, so I've always had time to myself, and that's what made me a loner. You know, my stepdad, that's another story, but you know, I think God reserved me, because I probably would have been, ain't no telling what I would have been to. I was a little knucklehead, you know, not real knuckleheadish, but you know,
Yeah.
enough to always be into something. That's for sure.
We were. I don't know if y'all remember Wild and Crazy Kids. Didn't they come on Nickelodeon?
Yes, that
We
did.
was the Wild and Crazy Kids. You know what I'm saying? We were respectful children, but we was still wild and crazy kids. So anyway, we have to give y'all a description so y'all can see
Just a
how
little background.
and why things fold out and where our points of view and mindsets come from on the situation. So after the man put my husband to work, y'all, I left my job. I left the job because
I even called her and told her, said, yeah, babe, this might be a better situation. If you're tired of that job, forget that job. I'm tired of you working doubles anyway. You know what I mean? I got it.
So whenever I did that, I didn't only leave, like I said before, because my husband told me to, or because he got the job. The main reason why I left was because the Most High told me to leave. He let to. Okay, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm sorry. A 13-day notice. The list of things that I read to y'all in the beginning, because you need to know why the Most High was chastising us and taking us through a trial and blessing us and giving us abundance at the same time. Okay, so the next thing that happened was I left my job. So once I left my job, oh my goodness, once I left my job, we're at home and we're using the funds that we had to pay our bills. So at this point, we're ahead and we have fallen behind because my husband ain't got his money. and I'm not working anymore. And the Most High said, no, do not go back to the
And
job.
I'm like, Father, okay, well, tell me something. Show me, let me know something. Because,
So a few days later came up the Day of Atonement. So
it's crazy.
remember what I was telling y'all in the beginning, and this in if y'all haven't noticed, the point is now. The point of the hardship is at this point in the story.
But it's all good, though.
So a
It
day
will be.
before atonement, we started feeling real sorrowful, like maybe a
Yeah,
day or two
heavy
before
hearted. You know,
before
very
atonement.
heavy hearted.
And I had been saying to my husband, Daddy, atonement is coming up. Atonement is coming up. And
Yeah.
y'all, I have been so excited about this atonement, baby. Whenever I tell you that your girl was ready to release and let go, y'all know I teach y'all one of my hugest manifestation ways is to create a vacuum. You're going to throw away all the trash, the shoes, the clothes, the papers, the ink pens, whatever it is that you do not need in your life that you're not using. Give it to somebody or throw it away, and you will create a vacuum of stuff coming back to you. The same thing with you sitting down writing out a release. I fully release and let go of these things. I'll take them away from me. Okay, so writing that stuff out, that's one of my biggest things to do. And so whenever atonement came, this is what I was harping on. So whenever the first night of atonement came, y'all, we needed to pay our rent. So we okay, so for those of you who do not know, my husband was a property attendant at the In Town Suites for 2 years. Y'all, we lived there for 2 years for free, baby. If you don't know about it, go look at my video, how I manifested two homes. So I asked the Most High before we left Chattanooga to put me in a New York style apartment where I could be up off of the first floor and I could look out over the city. Y'all, where we live at now, I can stand at any point at any hall in this building and I can look out over the city. He gave me exactly what I wanted. So with that being said, we usually pay our rent either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. But we had fallen behind to paying our rent every day.
Yeah, that's a self. He talking about.
And we did not have funds to pay the rent
He talking
every
about
day.
stressful. It gets stressful.
So the net so
It's just a lot of hustling, you know. Oh,
right,
hey, I'm a hustle.
right, right. So what we
Legitimately. Let's put that out there.
say it again.
Legitimately, legally, we don't break the law.
Okay. So so the first night, I need y'all to know that the Most High, I even said this to my husband. I said, Daddy, you notice that the Most High didn't give us this money. Now, this the first atonement day is when the sun is up. And that night started the feast. I mean, the feast day of atonement
Right.
started that evening.
Right.
The Father did not give us the money to pay our rent until the sun went down.
Yeah.
On Saturday, you are not supposed to buy or sell. You're not supposed to do no business deal. You ain't supposed to talk about business. You ain't supposed to talk about work. On Saturday is
Yeah.
the day where you
I'm
come
talking about.
and meet. We back, y'all. Sorry about that.
But as of now, not even as of now, always we depend on the Father, but more so now than ever. You know what I mean?
Finish telling them about that day.
I just did.
Okay, well, we got to go to the next day. Hold that thought. Because I'm trying to hurry up and let y'all go. So, after that happened, I need y'all to understand what I mean. Because I need you to feel the full effect. The sun was right here. The building right here. The sun right here. The Most High is not going to do against his law. He telling us to follow the law. He gonna follow the law too. He made the law. So by the time the sun went down, we heard ding, the money hit the card. So to let us know he ain't playing, the next day, which was also atonement, because atonement doesn't end until the next evening. During that day, all day long, we reading the Bible, we praying. This particular day, y'all, I'm sweating. If y'all see me steady wiping my
Are
face, yeah, I got this sweater on, trying to cover myself. But The next day was much better because I had done got a lot of revelation, much better for me within myself. I was so calm, y'all. Your girl was in straight shalom. I got up, I did my spiritual work. I was reading my Bible. My husband was reading. We was studying Atonement on YouTube. We was reading through stories in the
Kingdom
Bible.
Prepper. Shout out to Kingdom Prepper.
Shout out to
Shout
Kingdom
out to
Preppers.
Watchman and Deborah.
All day long.
Shout out to Pastor Dow.
Moray.
Shout out to Moray, Yoshiyahu.
Zabak.
Zabak. Shout out to
Priest Zabak.
Priest Zabak.
Sorry about that.
Elder Zabak.
Yes.
Shout out to John. Hey, shout out to the whole Hebrew community.
Right.
Holder. Shout
Yes.
out to
day.
IUIC. Look, Israel.
All day.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala. So we were so we chilled out that day and we mostly followed y'all and waited on y'all. But baby, whenever that evening came, we was like, Father, what we gonna do where the money at?
We started sweating. No, Father, look, we trust you, but hold on, did we do everything
right? Was we doing something wrong?
And look, and what's real, I'm gonna tell you, like, seriously for a second. In those situations, couples tend to go at each other.
And we did.
Couples tend to go at each other, even when we don't. You know what I mean? I know it happens. You know what I mean? What's the saying? When the chips are down, you know, it's people look for. We try to bring logic to our situation. So we logically thinking about these things, and we try to figure it out. We replaying stuff that we can't even take back and change it. If we could, we would, but we can't. So we replaying these things like if so and so wouldn't have did this, how would it be? You know what I mean? And that's me a lot because that's me a lot.
It ain't me a lot, but
it's me a lot.
You
know, it's me a lot. Not because I don't want to take no accountability, but because people ain't true to their word, y'all. So how am I supposed to feel about that? You know what I mean? Especially if you are a boss or a manager or anything over anybody, not just me. Stay true to your word. Stop. Don't BS people. You know what I mean? People have lives. People depend on information that you give them. And if everything you told me was a lie, and I'm working my back out for you, and you disappear with my money and everything, that leaves me where?
Stuck looking silly.
You understand? But you know, as couples, man, we have to seek y'all, because if we don't, we definitely gonna play the blame game. And the blame game is not a fun game. It's a divider. It's statistically, the number one leading cause of divorce is what? Finances. Your
girl, let me take brothers. Take some advice from KARDAYAH'S Soul right now. Get you a woman who is not
materialistic.
Yeah, I'm trying to find another way to say it. Somebody who think that she is made out of money and she got to continue to be touching and being involved with money.
Right. They don't want to contribute nothing. They don't want to contribute nothing. But they want to ridicule about how you doing what you do.
Right.
To make it happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a lot of us Israelite women.
He gave us a helpmeet.
Who ain't like that.
Yeah, he gave us a helpmeet, not a master.
Right.
Yahushua is the master.
Right.
He didn't say, hey, but like I said, I'm old fashioned, you know what I mean? But I know my wife, she's smart enough to usually have things in order just in case something doesn't go right with my end. You know what I mean?
I don't take care of nobody else, I got to take care of me. If we married, then we gonna be taken care of. A lot of women think that it's a we thing all the time. The word say, seek your own soul salvation with fear and trembling. True. If I'm gonna take care of me, if my husband was to pass away and we had 10 children, who gonna feed them children? He can't feed them whenever he gone. Get y'all mind together.
Y'all will provide.
So anyway, the second day of atonement. When the second day of atonement came around, y'all, I had to got aggravated. Not with the Most High, but with the process.
Was it with me?
No, I was aggravated with you the day before atonement came is when I was fussing with you.
Yeah.
So 2 days, and that's what else I need to not let slip.
And this is my attitude.
I had an attitude with him.
But this is my attitude, y'all. Girl, you'll be all right.
I had an attitude with him. So, but it wasn't all day long, y'all. It was just like once the sun started going down and we were in that hustle mode of gathering money, that's whenever I started getting there. But
Hey,
it,
frustrations are real.
yeah, that's what it was. And I did repent for that on atonement also. So the second night of
You ain't
atonement,
apologize to me.
I'm sorry. I love you. So, I mean it. So,
It's a late apology. I accept it.
at least I apologize. A lot of women don't apologize. So,
That's the truth.
I was like, okay, Father. I said, so what we gonna do about the money? I said, we done been waiting patiently. See, so this where the passive aggressiveness that the Most High don't like about your girl come in. I'm asking him for stuff and I'm talking to him, y'all, but I'm not giving him my heart. I don't know how to explain it.
Trying to
I
block
like
this
had
light for you.
my feelings and stuff. I wasn't dealing with the Most High with my feelings. I'm dealing with him on a professional level, or either like whenever I would come home and I didn't want my daddy to know that certain situations was going on in my life, I was still loving him and dealing with him, but I wasn't dealing with him honestly and
Is
feeling.
that the AC?
And yes, it is.
Goodness.
And feeling and in heart, if that makes sense. So that evening came, y'all, and we already had the money coming to us. Somebody had was gonna lend it to us, y'all, but when I tell you that the Most High would not let that money come through once again until the sun came down.
True.
Not only that, he made us sit and wait on him, y'all. I could hear the angels, because I for those of you who are following me, you know I talk to the angels and they speak to me mostly through numbers. So the angels was giving me the numbers and they saying to me, girl, calm down and chill out and stop worrying about the money, because if you worrying about the money, you're not focusing on what the Most High has for you to do. So my mama calls me and she was like, so baby, what y'all gonna do? Like, I was like, mama, I don't know.
Hey, and shout out to Mama Rhonda.
All day.
Mama Rhonda be coming through.
And Mama Trina too.
Panama too.
But yeah, all y'all
Hey,
mamas.
I appreciate her fam
All day long.
because
All praises.
I personally have nobody to call on, so it's just always been like that for me, which is why I try to stay on it for myself and for my queen, because I don't have a safety net other than the father.
All right, y'all. I'm so sorry about that. This is about to be over, y'all. We just got to wrap this up, but give me a minute and I'll be done. 'Cause my phone is about to die.
But
Also,
like I was saying before it stopped, shout out, you know, my in-laws, because y'all a real family. Y'all gotta y'all show real examples of how families should interact and come together in times of need, whether it's a little or a lot. You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all. I know I do.
okay.
And I know I don't talk to y'all, so this is me thanking y'all. Thank y'all.
So
From the bottom and the top.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, so to end that day of atonement, I gotta tell y'all how we got the money. So my mama called, and the father requires of a certain. Sometimes he requires for you to admit certain things, to confess certain things. And
You can tell them bye from me.
all right, y'all. I'm sorry once again. Anyway, so my man done bumped out on me because I'm basically at the end of the story. So on the day of atonement, the last night of atonement, as soon as I said we are waiting on the Lord, and I got the word Lord out of my mouth, y'all,
The money hit.
the money hit. As soon as I said
Came on
waiting
through.
on the Lord, it was ding, y'all. I could have flipped and turned in all kinds of directions, y'all. But also, I got to give you the breakdown. So after that went on, because this situation is still happening currently, but the Father is just blessing every day. We is the direction of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And I need y'all to know that we're not giving y'all this testimony as a thing of pity. We're giving you this testimony for you to take these different jewels and for to hear the triumph in the situation and to hear the chastisement, like I told you.
You might be down, but you ain't out.
And to find what it is that you need to be getting right with the Most High. So the next day after atonement, we went through the roughest time, y'all, because this is where the emotional and the physical testing came in, because your girl Rick came another I've been trying to figure out how to say this. Another situation dealing with money came into play that really just broke me down, y'all. When I tell you my heart, I haven't cried so hard since my baby died. I was so hurt and crying so hard till my arms was sore, my abs was sore, my back was hurting, y'all. This was something that was really, really hurtful to me. So this is where stuff just started to pile up. The issues with the money and the issues with the other money dealing with for a year now. And I'm like, Father, all of my money, like, what is going on? Like, okay, if you want us to leave here, Father, and you don't want to pay our rent, and it's time for a change or something, we need you to just tell us what to do. Like, I was so frustrated, y'all. I've heard Watchmen and Deborah talk about times where they done had to yell at the Most High like he was their daddy, and they had to go to extents of where people be like, you can't talk to God like that, but really the Most High is trying to get a rise out of you so that you can respond to him the way that he trying to get you to respond to him. And for those of y'all who watch YouTube a lot, there's this lady who has this commercial where she was talking about how she stopped talking to the Most High when she ended up getting angry with him, and she was like, God, I'm trying to have a baby and I'm having problems with that, and I'm having all of these other situations going on that's hard for me, and I just need you to talk to me. And she was like, I was mad at God and I was yelling at him. This is what point I was at last night, y'all. I was like, Father, I am sick and tired of this. I cannot take this. I had done with the cursing. I wasn't cursing at the Father. I was just cursing about the situation. And for those of y'all who know, I used to cuss like a sailor, and I don't do that anymore. So it came to a point to where I was like really, really way more worked up than I desired to be with the Most High. For those of you who have caught on, your girl has been having a emotional block up. And I've been blocking the Father. I've been dealing with him, but I've been blocking him from my feelings and from my heart. I've been cold. And he made me break down and come to him last night, y'all. I had an attitude. I was pissed off. I was like, Father, I need you to tell me something. I don't care if you don't want to do nothing. We just need to know what to do. Tell us what to do next. Do not just let us sit here, Father. Just tell us what to do. If you want us to pack up and go, we'll pack up and go. If you want us to sit down and shut up, we'll sit down and shut up. But y'all, I had so much conflict in my heart, my mind, and my soul until I could not even hear the voice of Yah. I couldn't hear the angels talking to me. I couldn't hear Yahweh. And I was just telling my husband I was crying. Y'all, I was distraught.
Yeah, I hate when she gets like that.
And you got to know a lot of this was aided by this other money situation dealing with something personal to me. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. I was falling apart. I was crushed. And like, even now, you know what I'm saying? We don't really know what we're going to do, but we know that we're in between
Right.
all of
Gotta
that.
keep moving forward.
All of us praying and thanking the Father and speaking forth affirmations of thank you, Father, for already doing it. Thank you, Father, for already doing it. And by us doing that, the Most High has been giving me my abundance of money that I have been trying to manifest, but it's coming through other people and it's going straight to bills. So just because the money is not coming and sitting in your hand or in your account, you cannot say that the Father is not giving you your abundance. He's giving it to us. We just got to pay it out as soon as it comes.
And having the strength and the ability to to be optimistic is.
Yes, you have to do that. That's a necessity.
It's hard to be positive.
Yes.
When you're feeling negative, you know what I mean.
And that's another thing I told the Father.
You just have to do it. Whatever brings positive vibes to you is what you vibrate on. You know what I mean? You don't give life to dead situations. You
right.
Just don't. Because it's just going to kill you. It's going to make you feel dead. Negative energy feeds negative energy.
Right.
Positive energy feeds positive energy. So.
And positive energy will push open a door for your abundance and your blessings to come to you. If you are going, y'all, this situation is hard. But at the end of the day,
it's definitely not a cakewalk.
If we stay positive, and I'm not just telling you that this is going to happen, I'm telling you that this is how we're continuing to manifest. Putting positivity into the air is keeping us afloat. Whenever I get up, I don't turn on the TV. I don't roll over and look at my phone unless it's beeping or ringing. I sit there, I meditate, I acknowledge the Most High, and I start to build on what we need through positive affirmations. y'all. You know what I'm saying? So in all of this, I ask that y'all go back and look at all of this so you can know. Once again, I give you the point of this long conversation at the beginning of this video, and we try not to hold y'all so long.
We do this. We did this video for encouragement,
Right.
overall. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because we're not in the best situation, but I guarantee you, it's gonna get better.
All
Because
day.
it always does. You
All
know,
day.
my wife knows that I'm fully capable of making some things happen, but
I wouldn't have married him.
I can't make anything happen without
Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
hallelujah.
All day long.
But it's been good. I guess touching bases with y'all. I'm her husband. A lot of people I have not met. The ones I do know. What's up, fam?
Brother Aki.
Brother Aki. I already plugged myself in. I'm gonna put the link in the bio. If you sing, you rap, or you just want to hear some nice mellow tunes for relaxation or high vibrations, hit my page.
The beats is fire, y'all.
It's actually I patent it after Truth Beats. You know, I want to, you know, but I want to be just in one box. So, whoever it resonate with, it will. So, which I know it's gonna be a lot because, you know, I'm pretty good at what I do.
He pretty good, y'all. Pretty good.
And I know good music. You know what I mean? And it's not even good music. I know good sounds. You know, it's all about vibrations. So,
right.
We all gonna vibrate higher. If we're not currently doing so, y'all stay up. Y'all stay together. And peace out from me, Queen.
I'm about to get ready to let y'all go. I just want to say, I need y'all to be looking right now to come and sign up for this sit and release that I have going on. If you need a private session, y'all, I have to do it this way because I cannot cancel y'all for free all at one time. It's too many people. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough screens or none of that. Y'all, I got people at my job who like, come back, because they want me to cancel them. I can't do it. But if you come to my website, www.KARDAYAH'Ssoul.wordpress.com, you will see that my seat and release program is right there at the beginning. If not, then you can text the word release to my number and I will put the number in the description box. If you are looking for logos or if you are looking to edit someone to edit your videos, let me know, and you can either leave a comment up under a video or you can email me KARDAYAH'Ssoul@gmail.com and we can get started. Thank y'all for listening to our testimony. Thank every one of you who plan to send donations, who have already sent donations. Y'all, and let me tell y'all something. This is the last thing. People go through stuff. Y'all, all of us go through stuff. We got to stop being so prideful and not wanting to share our story with people. People go through stuff, y'all. If you need help, then ask people to help you. You know what I'm saying? We are Israel. You ain't got to go out and ask a stranger on the streets that is another nation if you don't want to. Ask your people. A lot of our people will say, nah, I ain't got nothing for you, but out of 100 no's, you'll get 10.
Right. And everybody ain't strung out.
Yes, I mean.
Everybody ain't strung out.
Yeah, and we ain't on no drugs out here.
Man, you know, it's, oh man, I'm going to tell you, it's terrible.
Tell them.
I'm tell you, man, because we tried to get some assistance real quick. This is the last little story. We tried to get some assistance, right, from the state, from the city. However, you know what I mean? I ain't talking about no food stamps. I'm talking about rental assistance. And these folks told us, basically, if you ain't strung out, or a single mother, basically destroyed and dysfunctional, we can't help y'all. Yeah. I'm like, well, how y'all help?
They don't pay for the type of place that we live.
I'm like, well, how y'all help good folks? Like, it's good people out here that need help. You know what I mean? Like, how they get help? You know what I mean? Man, they ain't got no funds for no good people.
And he said, we don't do that.
And I plan on changing that. Look for my organization coming soon to help Israel the way Israel need to be helped by Hashem Yahweh.
All right, family, with that, we're going to say Shalom. Throw it the deuces, Daddy. See y'all later.
Who you loudest? You use a